There are many artists in the Pokemon TCG, and it's my goal to cover as many as I can. So, I can help you, the viewer, determine who you should collect for your collection, whether it be expensive or inexpensive. As long as it makes you happy, that's all that matters to me. Recently, my channel's been on a roll, so if you enjoyed the content, make sure you leave a like on the video and let me know in the comments who you'd like to see me review next. I'm apparently on the road to getting 200 subscribers, which is pretty wild to me, as only a couple months ago I only had roughly 50, so it's been wonderful to see all of you support on the videos. Honestly, I am really happy to do what I do. Just making these videos is just really fun to me, so yeah, I hope you guys are excited to see more. From Fossil to Pocket, there's an artist who debuted all the way back in 1999, when the Pokemon TCG was getting its start, and all the way to today, where they remade one of their most iconic and well-known artworks, coming full circle. If you don't know who I'm referring to, I'm talking about Miki Tanaka, the illustrator of the Fossil Set Slowpoke card, with its simplistic beauty. Honestly, this card is probably one of the most iconic classic Pokemon cards that we've ever seen. The style is just nice, and for a first card, it really captures Slowpoke's personality. To see it remade all these years later in a mobile game called Pokemon Pocket makes me really happy. It got a full art illustration by the same artist, and it pretty much looks exactly how it did back in the day, but just with some nice additions, which is really awesome. Anyways, without further ado, I want to explain my criteria that I'll be covering in this video. First is the faithfulness to their style and the evolution of their style, the personality in their cards, and the future of Miki Tanaka. Firstly, we have the faithfulness of their style, as well as the slight evolution of their style. When I look at a Miki Tanaka card from 2000 or 1999, I can easily tell that it's a Miki Tanaka artwork, just like in the year 2024. I can easily tell what I'm looking at, and can tell I'm looking at a Miki Tanaka card, just like I just said. Let's see. From their debut card in the Slowpoke, we see a simplistic background with a couple of clouds and a nice light blue sky. We also see green grass, and we see the Slowpoke itself, which has a stylistically simple style, but it does feel intentional, as it's not trying to be a grandiose spectacle, it's just Slowpoke, and that's exactly what it needs to be. Calming, relaxing, and satisfying to look at. Not too flashy, but in all the good ways. Now, let's jump a few years later and pick a random card. Let's pick this Psyduck from EX Team Rocket Returns, released around 5 years later, in 2004. This card is certainly an evolution of Tanaka's style, due to the effects present on the water, as well as the sand being grained out more, but the core enjoyment of the Tanaka card is still in full effect with this card, with the simple serenity that you feel with the Slowpoke card. So, even though there are definitely more effects and details, such as shading, it still definitely feels like a Tanaka card. But let's jump all the way to 2021 in Battle Styles with this cool Heatmore card. Yeah, 17-year jump, but it does feature all the things that made the first two cards so wonderful, such as simplistic shading, colors, and just the vibe that screams Miki Tanaka. This card would also fall underneath the personality category, as for a Pokemon like Heatmore, which I don't particularly love, they did a fantastic job conveying emotion with the card. Like it's simple, but cute at the same time. Well, that segues perfectly into the next talking point, which is the personality of Miki Tanaka's cards. Using the same example of the Heatmore from Battle Styles, we can see that the Heatmore almost looks scared as it shoots fire out of its nose. Either it's scared or upset. It's a simplistic emotion, but one that adds character. Let's talk about the Paldean Wooper illustration rare from Paldea Evolved. And it's another beautifully simplistic illustration, but this time of Wooper chilling in a pool of mud, resting its eyes calmly. Clearly, the Pokemon is very comfortable where it is, as the calmness of the mud just adds to the peacefulness of the card. Many of Tanaka's illustrations are like this, where there's one small detail that captures personality so effectively, like for instance, the Durant from Sword and Shield base set, which looks at the camera very aggressively as its back is turned towards the camera. This card exudes an aggravated vibe, where you can just tell that the Durant seems mad at the cameraman staring at them. One little expression can give a Pokemon which is almost as flat as Durant some personality. That's a huge reason that I love the care that Tanaka puts into all their artworks. And that just about wraps up the segment of personality. And now, to talk about the future of Tanaka's illustrations. I hope to see many more illustrations by Miki Tanaka, as they are a staple of the TCG, and I'm always happy to see new artwork from them, because not only do I enjoy all their artwork, but they are one of the originals. But I also just like their style. It really is irreplaceable, and it just makes me happy to see someone stick to a style so well. It really puts some respect on Tanaka's stylistic decisions, in my opinion. And, just for fun, let me throw in my top 5 favorite cards of theirs. In no particular order, first, we have the Heatmore from Battle Styles. If you can't tell, I actually just love how silly the Pokemon looks. It makes me appreciate the Pokemon a little bit more than I did previously. Next, we have this Poliwhirl from EX Unseen Forces. I personally own this card, so it gets brownie points there, but the pose that the Poliwhirl is hitting just makes me happy, along with those beautiful, simplistic water effects flying around it. Next, we have the Light Machoke. I really like how to symbolize the whole quote-unquote light thing, they gave this burly and powerful Pokemon a small defenseless flower. It's a wonderful idea that's good both in concept and execution. And I'm going to cheat here and put both the Tarantula and Spidops EX at this part of the list. The amount of personality in the Tarantula, as it's about to be slaughtered by the Scyther, just to have the Spidops save its life is such an awesome concept for a connected artwork, having the Scyther be in the middle and everything. It honestly just makes me absolutely adore Spidops as a Pokemon, and I still like him to this day. And finally, I wanted to put the Slowpoke art rare from Pokemon Pocket here. Pocket is a relatively new game, but I think that this card is perfect. It makes Tanaka's journey come full circle, making it a really unique way to bring back something old by expanding upon it, which I massively respect. In conclusion, Miki Tanaka is a pillar to the Pokemon TCG, much to the likes of Mitsuhiro Rita and Naoya Kimura, and hopefully we will see much more from them in the time to come. Only time will tell though. In the meantime, we can only wait for more awesome Tanaka illustrations. If Miki Tanaka is your favorite artist, then tell me why they are in the comments below. Or just tell me who your favorite artist is. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and this is Daunter, heading out. Peace.